Hello, everyone. And if you're not new, my name is Sunny. Today's reading is going to be about if he or she notices you. So we have 3 piles starting from the left side. It's pile 1, and middle is pile 2, and the third pile is number 3 on the right side. So it's just a 1-card fast reading. I have a confirmation card for each pile set aside just in case it's like a wishy-washy kind of answer. So yeah, go ahead and stop the video if you feel like you need more time to think about this. Otherwise, skip to the pile selection on the description or the comment section. So first off, let's start with pile number 1. So does this person think about you, pile number 1? This seems like a no to me. And the reason I say that is because this 5 of Wands card is reversed. So the 5 of Wands is, maybe this person, again, I'm thinking about this person, but if I describe you, this could be your scenario too, but more or less jam what kind of vibes into your situation. That's how it works, because this is a general reading. So I'm really going into the description of the person is that this person has a lot of, maybe you guys argue. If you do speak, if you are on speaking terms with this person, regardless of the communication, if it's text, in person, every other day or whatever, or just if you only see each other in like school at a certain time, if you do meet with this person and have interactions with this person, I feel there's a lot of agreements and bickering. Or you guys want to argue, but you don't argue just to keep the peace, but you guys are not really content with that. I feel that there's a lot of things that could be said but aren't said. I think it's very wordy. Both of you are very like brainy people, I feel. This isn't like a nerdy kind of pile, but more so you guys are very maybe philosophical. You guys are very intellectual, stimulating people. Maybe your Mercury is on an air sign. Mercury in Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. Again, very wordy people, but repressed. Could be also Libra, because like Libras kind of tend to just not rock the boat, so they kind of maybe just say things, or maybe if they do stir the pot, they kind of know that they can walk away from it and they'll have their hands clean. But I definitely feel this for pile number 1 is that there's a lot of repressed emotions, a lot of inner conflict. Are you avoiding? Possibly, not always. Like we can always put this in an emotional aspect where are you guys trying not to say what you're really thinking, like, and feeling, because one of you wants to have the upper hand and figure out if this is the most beneficial situation for each other, or like just the person, maybe just a tad bit selfish, I think, if this is the case. But it could also be where are you trying to not cause so much tension because you guys don't see eye to eye, but you guys think that you're each other, like whether both of you, or you think that the person's cute, you try not to disagree too much because you know that you're gonna stir the pot. You could have very diverse opinions about what your morals and values are, and sometimes it's not always best case scenario for a mature relationship. When you're young, you don't really care. I think you're younger, or you're more on the green side when it comes to like liking somebody new, and I think you kind of just gloss over these ideals, and you're like, yeah, this person's great. So I feel that you could maybe, if you are on that green side, don't gloss over these things because they can be important down the line. These are like not red flags, because that's not always the case, but more so like, oh, little pebbles on the road. It's like, oh, why do I have to step on these? So make sure that you don't find each other annoying down the road. But this person can maybe find you annoying down the road if they continue to bicker. So does he notice you, or he or she notice you? No. It could also be a very introverted person, possibly, and I feel that maybe you're the opposite. Maybe you're very, not necessarily a social butterfly. This could be the case, but I feel that you could be always surrounded by a group of friends, or they could be surrounded by a group of friends, and it's hard to get to know them because you're not going to get that one-on-one interaction with them. You're going to struggle to have that interaction, or you're going to not be able to see who they really are because they're always like on that mentality of I have to talk to everybody, or I'm not gonna get so personal. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So it could be a struggle. You could definitely have disagreements, or you feel that maybe this person is attractive because you're like wordy intellectual nerds or something. I know I said this is a nerdy pile, but maybe that's what you find attractive. They look like they're smart and they make really cohesive commentary and stuff like that, but maybe not to everybody. They might not be very talkative to others, or they might just say that to only to their inner circle, or as long as it's like one-on-one conversations, you might get to know this person and you know that this person's like that, and that's what you find attractive. But I definitely feel for this pile is that this isn't a yes, okay? And for clarification purposes, let me just summarize the first card. It's a no. There's a lot of internal conflict. This person is they're in their headspace a lot. There's a lot of things they're thinking about, and maybe romance isn't it. And if you do talk to them, you're going to struggle to maybe really get to know them because they're not going to be external. They're not going to be very communicative about what they really think inside. And that can be not the easiest way to start any positive interaction or relationship with this person. And for this pile, I have, the 10 of Swords as a clarification, upright. So I definitely feel this person is probably overwhelmed and stressed. I don't know if this is you, because this can also be me describing you or the situation, but it's very draining, very stressful. The person's like, I feel like this person's had enough toxicity. Maybe they need to really clear out their energy and themselves to really like be in a healthier, lighter energy. They could have been backstabbed, maybe, when it comes to love or friendships. Their options maybe are not that great, and they just feel like they've had maybe some heartbreak, some betrayal, somebody, maybe it was like a third party thing for them, even though I know this is not the third party card, but I definitely feel that there's a lot of deep wounds in that heart that they need to work on, and there's painful endings and hopefully a better beginning if they decide to work with this energy again. This is free will. Everyone does what they want, but this is the energy that is around this person. So I hope this helped. Pile number 1. This person has to figure themselves out first and not be so repressed, kind of work through their mind. There's a lot of blurriness and fogginess inside them, in their head space. So if this person thinking about you, no. Maybe you could be the person that's kind of bringing up these emotions into them if you have had a much closer relationship. But again, each person has a different scenario of how close you are to the person that you're thinking about. So take what resonates, leave what didn't. I hope this helped pile number 1. Please pick another pile if you feel like you have more than one person you're thinking about. No judgment. Or you were called upon to have a different message aside from this one. So on to pile number 2. So pile number 2, we have the Justice reversed. Is this person thinking about you? No. The reason the person that you're thinking about is not the person you're thinking about is not thinking about you is because they're being shady. Because usually this is obviously the Justice card is a fair person. I feel that they're not being truthful. They're hiding maybe their feelings, or they're hiding their truths, or something going on in their internal space and energy. Similar to pile 1, I feel. Maybe you were attracted to pile 1, but I definitely feel for this pile is that they are not quite an honest person. Or not honest with themselves about what they really want and who they really are. And they keep lying to themselves. I think maybe this person could be putting on their rose-colored glasses on. And I feel like maybe you could see this, but you're kind of putting your own your own version of rose-colored glasses because you want to see the best of it, and you're like, oh, it's okay. Like, you minimize the problems it could be having. Don't do that. Let this person figure that out. Sometimes the only way to learn about these truths is that you have to face them head on when you're ready. There will be a moment where you just see that the glasses break off, or they fall off, and then you have to go pick them up, and then once you take them off, you remove them from your face, you see a different color of your vision field, and you see that it's not a rose field that you used to see, and maybe this person's in denial about something. For whatever it may be, I feel like this person just ends up lying to themselves a lot. They could be lying, they could be cheating, but I definitely feel that it's just this person's in denial about who they are, what they want, and what they really desire for themselves. Or this is you. Remember, you always have that free will of knowing when you want to turn this energy on a reversal, and know when you can be fair and honest with yourself, even if it's not the most pleasant truth. I feel that this person can be fair should they choose to, but they're so internalized they can't put that out. Maybe they're too self-critical, I feel, for this pile. They need to really work on themselves and be kind to the way they talk to themselves, because they could possibly just be ruthless. I feel like they could be pretty ruthless with their words. I know it's not a swords card, but it just gives me like a sword card. Like, it's just, you're ruthless. This person's ruthless with themselves. Maybe they have high expectations of themselves and they're not meeting them. They're just lying to themselves about something. But I definitely feel that for this pile, I feel it could be attractive too. The Justice card is an attractive card. Whether you're thinking about a man or a female, I definitely think it's just vibrancies, regalness, but not in a kingly or queenly way, but more so elegant. Like, they know how to walk and move and talk around, and just like, particularly the Libra card. I think this is a Libra card, if I'm not mistaken. You just kind of like glide through the crowds. You glide through the ease and fairness, and just, you can't see it's like swan energy, I feel. With the reds and the greens and the jewel tones. I mean, the jewel tones are strong here, especially with the background. These are the colors they could be like to wear. Such a vibrant personality, but it's all inside, or just kept inside for a reason. That's what the person is probably like. Do they notice you? No. As a, what's it called? As a confirmation, we have the Tower reversed. Yeah, they're going through some changes inside, internal changes that nobody else can see. Maybe it's just them. So maybe they're lying to themselves and they're realizing that they have to face the truths around themselves within, right? And maybe, I'm hoping these changes were not forced on them, that they decided to go ahead and make the first move for these internalized changes of perspective, I feel, and truth. Now that they're facing them, they're starting to have that chaotic tower moment, right? But the varying amounts of chaos depends from person to person, because it really just depends on how much you decided to face yourself, the truth, and put that effort in yourself rather than have some external force bring that upon you, is usually the case for this one. Maybe there's a justice going into their life soon because they're having this chaos moment. I feel that the Tower card also kind of, maybe they could have a spiritual awakening. That could be it too. This person's having like a revelation of something that's going to be changing inside them, to make them a better person, of course. That's always a Tower card is always for the better. You bring a much more stable, what's that? Foundation, sorry. A much more stable foundation, and building that tower back up, right, so it's sturdier and nothing easily, like a storm, can like wither it away to pieces. So yeah, whatever personal transformation is, I feel there's just, this person's going through a lot of personal transformation inside, internalized, and maybe others won't see it, but this person can feel it, and that's a healthy thing. But I definitely don't feel this person is thinking about you. I'm very sorry to say that, pile number 2. If you feel like you were called upon to pick another pile, go ahead and pick that pile. Maybe there's a message there for you too. Maybe you're thinking about a different person also. But whatever it may be, there's free will. You choose what you resonated with and what didn't leave here. And yeah, I really hope that you like that pile number 2. This was a quick reading, so on to pile number 3. If you liked everything that I just said, I forgot to say please like and subscribe. And with pile number 3, this is a yes. Does this person think about you? Yes. With the 8 of Swords upright, I feel that are they kind of blindfolded by the, like, not blindfolded, but okay, that gave a very different scenario. Are they by any chance blindfolded to the idea that you're in front of them and they're just not seeing that? Like, in that aspect, because the 8 of Swords upright is like, that person can untie themselves at any point in time if they just choose to grab a sword and remove the ties that bound them to themselves and make them get stuck in that place. So, are they not looking at you? Are they not seeing what's right in front of them? There could be something else that they're not looking at. That's like, dude, for some reason I'm thinking of like saying, like, dude, the answer's right there. Just get it. Maybe they're not the smartest crayon in the box, or maybe because they're so stressed, I feel that they're not looking at the obvious things. They're not looking at the obvious pointers that the answer's right in front of them. I also feel that maybe this person could feel like they feel tied to their mate. I just had this thought that maybe this person's tied to their job at a certain place and they can't really see you or meet with you as you'd like, and that's a hassle. Maybe you're at a distance, and I feel that's kind of stressful. Like, it's just inconvenient for both of you because it's not the most ideal version of how you can interact with this person. I definitely feel kind of makes him feel like low, maybe kind of low confident because of that. Low confidence because maybe you could be, I think they're scared to maybe that you could walk away at any moment and they could lose that interaction with you. And they really have these negative, it's a negative way of thinking where it's like, oh, I'm stuck here, I can't do anything about it, I'm just gonna take it. Even though this person at any point in time can just move, they just choose not to. They feel like they're stuck, like they're a prisoner of their words and mind and circumstance, because it's a sword energy. Sword energy is ruthless. It'll cut deep, but they're not cutting anything particular around the person. They're just kind of surrounding the person. I feel like it's a female. They're surrounding the female around, but the female is just like not moving. So I definitely feel that maybe they have like woe is me mentality. I think that they are their harshest critic, and not even you. I feel like you're much more chill. And I think this person, if they just talk to you and were honest about what's really bothering them, they could easily turn those swords into like a wand of taking action, and a cup for being emotional, and they could easily transform that energy should they want to, but they're just kind of stuck right now. A clarification card that I had. Oh, okay. The 10 of Cups reversed. So I think that this person does think about you a lot, but I think that they feel, maybe they feel guilty for wanting to have their happy ending, but they're not going to tell you about it because they have obligations, or they are too far away and they have to do their duties first before they get to really focus on their personal life. I feel that there's this struggle, there's internal struggle here for wanting happiness. There's an internal struggle for wanting their cup. I know there's 10 cups, but you know what I mean, like just their cups themselves. They want to have this assortment of collection of they want to have this assortment of cups. They're going to have to really take a step somewhere. Anything. I feel this person's not doing any action whatsoever. And that can be annoying. That can be stressful. I understand why you would be in a, I'll pick a card relating to if they notice you. They do notice you, but they don't do anything about it. Maybe they're like, maybe they work in IT. Maybe they have a very demanding job where they have to be stuck in this place for long periods of time. Or they have to be, like, if they have like a 9 to 5, they clock out at 5, but then they get calls back. Hey, I need this, or hey, can you help this, or hey, can you cover for this? So they gotta go back and they gotta help, and they gotta do this because they have a lot of tasks at hand, and they're usually helpful, but because of that, I guess because they have such ease of access to them, they tend to kind of throw their personal life in the back seat, and because of that, they don't have the proper balance, and they're kind of stuck of like, oh, this is the life I built myself, now I have to like sleep on it. You made the bed, you sleep on the bed, right? So I definitely feel this person needs to figure out their values. They probably mishandled their values and how they could balance themselves out. They could figure that, align themselves a little bit better with that work personal life balance, but they're not doing it. They're kind of, not because you're lazy, but because they feel kind of stuck and they don't see the forest from the trees. So do they think about you? Yes, but they would like to have a good their happy ending maybe with you. You do bring them joy, but they're not doing anything about it because it's internalized and it's not coming out, or they're not communicating to you that they want this, at least not the way you deserve it, like not in, I think it's layman's terms, but yeah, I definitely think that they could put much more effort, not much more effort that's like stressful, but like, hey, come on, like give it a pause, like at least give yourself a day where you don't have to go in, or like at least plan for this day that you'll spend time with me so we can get to know each other better, stuff like that. But yeah, I definitely feel this person needs to figure their life out a little bit more and align themselves more so that they're not misbalanced and stuff, because they kind of feel stuck in this place. They're stuck in a rut. So yeah, I really hope this helped pile number 2. Wow, you might have been attracted to pile number 2, but pile number 3. I really hope this helped. Please take what resonates, leave what didn't. This is a general reading. There's many people that watched this, so I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you all stuck around till the end, and I hope to see you soon in a different video. Please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And comment if you picked a certain pile, and I'll see you in a different video. Have a good day, because you made it a good day, not because I told you to. And bye-bye, everybody.